What's up, guys? It's me, pezflips, and today I want to talk about the thief of joy, being comparison. I think in this hobby that there are a lot of aspects of the community that developing tricks, developing new ideas, new combos, seeing people progress, that's all fine and dandy. I think as a new flipper, looking and inspiring yourself through other people and seeing what they can do with a balisong is great. I think that sitting there going through clips is something that I do. It gets me off the couch and trying to learn something new. I think that's what keeps this hobby exciting, is that the idea that you can always learn new stuff and you can watch as people experiment with the new ways we can fidget around with this thing. And in this instance, I think that there are healthy ways and unhealthy ways to compare yourself to other people. Now, when people say comparison is the thief of joy, they mean it because people are using that comparison in an unhealthy way. It is the idea that you look at someone, you see their skill level, and you say, well, I can never be that good. Or they're so good, they're so much better than me, why should I even try, right? And those are logical fallacies where, you are looking at other people and ascribing their skill to a fixed point in time that's comparable to you. But the reality is that everybody has a different life. Everyone's got different stuff going on. I work a job where I get home sometimes and I am just so tired. And I try to be consistent with my practice. But there are days where, I would rather just sit on the couch and scroll on my phone. And, that's okay. I think that to practice something is to understand that sometimes you need a break from it too. And in this hobby, I think, you see these great flippers, and I can understand being discouraged, seeing that, you don't have that same skill level. But it's important to reflect on the fact that a lot of the people who are very good, they just like flipping. It doesn't have to be super deep. And it also takes a long time. One of the interesting aspects of this hobby is that, it's something that you don't ever have to give up exactly. You can get a cheap bally, hold on to it. Even if you don't flip it that often, just having it here and there to flip is fine. That's how you preserve a lot of those skills that you have developed. And as long as you're still enjoying it, you can go at whatever pace you feel like works for you. Learn a new trick here, stop for a little bit, maybe mess around, try to find a new trick that you can discover on your own, and then get back to it. And, you have other things that are more important than being able to spin a balisong. And, some people, they value that skill a lot, and therefore they place more emphasis on it. And I think that's okay. Everyone's life is individual. We all have different things going on. But to use that as a reflection point to discourage yourself from trying is where it goes wrong. Understand that, the only person you're competing against is yourself. You are trying to be a better version of yourself every day. And obviously, progression is not linear. You aren't going to instantly get good at something. And matter of fact, some days you might get worse at something. But that is just the way that the human brain works, because you have a multitude of factors that dictate how your brain is going to be operating that day. Did I skip breakfast? Did I have too much caffeine? Did I get bad sleep? Was a customer I had to work with at work particularly infuriating, and now I'm in a bad mood or something? These are things that are going to inhibit your growth, your progression, and, really your mental approach to developing any sort of skill or performing at a perfect level. It all kind of comes down to this topic of being kind to yourself, because ultimately, you are who you got. You have your family, you have those you can count on, and, not everyone has those people. And, at the end of the day, regardless of what your situation is, you'll always have yourself. So even though it's easy to talk shit about yourself, the hard thing to be nice to yourself, to give yourself that leeway, I think those are the important things, because with a healthy internal dialogue, you're going to be a lot more capable of succeeding. It's like when you're playing a game, like you're playing a fighting game, they talk about being tilted. If you're tilted, your performance is going to be significantly worse. And having a healthy mindset when you're going in, where you're okay with failure, is the optimal way to go, because failure is the path to success. Failure is the path to growth and learning. And looking at other people and expecting yourself to instantly be in their shoes is something, I think, it's easy, right? It's the shortcut. You look at them and you don't think about all the time that's been spent drilling those particular tricks and stuff. It's easy. The shortcut is to say, man, I'm just not as good as that guy, and I'll never be as good as that guy. But when you say that, that's what you'll be, because you are what you tell yourself. This is your story, and you're choosing how to write that, right? So if you say you will not be, you will not be. It's an important aspect of life. Be kind to yourself and understand that everyone has a capacity to grow, and the people who are the most successful at whatever thing they pursue, it's because they put the time in day after day and they committed to it, but also because they were understanding of themselves and they recognized that progression is not a linear thing. And I don't want to meander, but I just think it's an important aspect that stems way beyond just flipping balisongs. But obviously I'm just some guy, right? What's the importance of my voice really in this? I don't want to come across as being like preachy, but I think it's important stuff, and it can be, some people might say it's cringe, love yourself, right? I can see it, I'm not blind to that aspect, but I think also the aspect of cringe, the idea of cringe is a societally driven thing where people feel like they can't be themselves. I think cringe is kind of a limiter for individual expression and personality. So just enjoy the things that you do. Spend time learning and developing what you find is interesting. And don't compare yourself to other people. Don't look at yourself as like, oh, well, I'm not doing this cool thing. It's like, I'm not going to alcohol parties. I don't know. But, just don't worry about other people's impressions, because when you do that, you'll realize that people will gravitate towards you. They'll see that confidence, and they will want to be your friend, because people, they choose friends based off of qualities that they like in them, in that other person. And if you are a confident person, you will bring people into your life. But yeah, preachy, got a little preachy there. Some random updates beyond just me sitting here yapping. I do plan on getting another blade for this guy. I purchased one in the mail, and unfortunately it was delivered to the wrong address. So bless the soul of, I want to say it's Stywoo or something on Reddit. Amazing seller, super professional, and we've been working together. I mean, he's been doing most of the work, honestly, on trying to get that comped. He already sent my money back beforehand, and we've worked out some deals. So yeah, I cannot recommend that guy enough. Dude was super nice. We're still working on it, but yeah, eventually I want to get a blade for this. I'm trying to, I've already purchased it, but I'm trying to get the static Japanese Tanto looking one, because it's got a really wide gap, and the issue with this one, zero gap. And also, the stock BRS blade is actually somewhat uncomfortable, because the Zen nipple is not chamfered whatsoever. I'm going to flip something else because I don't want to mess this thing up too bad. Because the Zen nipple is not like very soft. And then I need to work on this guy. I need to sand down this washer. And if that doesn't work for the binding issue, then I need to order that new hardware. But I've really been enjoying my time with this guy. A full review will be on him when I do end up getting a better tune on him, so that it's a bit more of a fair analysis. But a big one, a big piece of news, I got rid of my Wraith. If you guys watched my story on Instagram at pezflips, please follow me. Look at my nice photography. But if you saw my story on that, I traded it. I traded it for an Invar Gaboon with a full set of stock handles too. So really excited for that guy. Comes with extra hardware, stainless steel hardware as well, and comes with phosphorus bronze installed. Going to be getting that guy probably next week. Delivery expects for Monday. So we'll see if I get that. And then there's a mystery package that I don't know if I want to tell you guys about, but I'm really excited for that one because honestly, I think it's one of the coolest. I think it's one of the cleanest designs of the balisong. It's just simple and right to the point and very light. So I won't tell you what it is, but if you can guess it, I'll tell you if you're right. But anyways, it's been me. If you have more blade, or what the heck, if you have any more video ideas, then please shoot them down below, because I like rambling, but sometimes I wonder if I'm not rambling about the right stuff. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Oh, also, there was a guy who commented on my page about setting up a Discord server. If you are somebody who can do that, hit me up. I'd be down to give you like $20 to set me up a good looking Discord profile server, just so that we can connect with you guys and make this a little bit more of a stronger community, if you will. But anyways, it's been pezflips. Let's flip until we drop. Wow, okay, it was a short one today. Bye.